Welcome GT fans to the battle of the Audi TTs around Dragon Trail Gardens. This is from the daily races from last week on Gran Turismo Sport, and I must admit something must be wrong because they were all pretty clean. So this was my first race from Sunday, and it was remarkably clean. What you'll find on this particular track, it does suit, it's a Group 4 race, this one, so the Huracan is probably the fastest car around there, but second to that, the easier car to kind of drive will be the Audi. The VW Scirocco is also very quick round here. So did a bit of practice, a little bit of qualifying, so pretty much everybody in this is a B rated driver and also an S rating on their sportsmanship rating. But luckily starting in 11th, I'm saying luckily, not great but not too bad. And yeah, this track it's technical, but it's a really good track. So around that first long left-hander is all about just kind of staying close to the curb there on the left and getting on the power as soon as you can and straighten the car up. We've got that little chicane there, always difficult. So this is where the battle of the Audis actually start, battle of the TTs. So already I'm having to go defensive into this hairpin left. So we've got Jackass or Jack Spain kind of right on me. I need to give him some room on the left hand side here, and then I've got the next apex on the right hand turn, and then we've got another left. This is where this track gets quite difficult because you come down the hill and then there's kind of three right-handers, but they are downhill off camber. So this is all about kind of being patient and feathering the throttle, not putting too much power on, because if you do that with the front wheel drive, it just literally understeers like a pig. But overall, first lap, coming up to the end of it, got some heavy braking into this kind of double left-hander, so hard on the brakes there, just at the where the kind of orange element on the side of the road stops, and then I get tucked into the slipstream right underneath obviously this skyline. So out to the left, and I've got the inside line, and nobody really defended that all the way through the race, so I thought, well, what the hell. Unfortunately, give Tron a little nudge there, and another one. It was a gentle love tap, we'll call it, but over the left-hand curve, then over this right one. Always a tricky, that one, but you want to get on the power as soon as you get over that one, so you can get as much drive out of that corner down this little hill to the next hairpin. So again, I'm still having to drive a little bit defensively, so I'm staying a little bit left. Got a bit of a gap, and then pull over to the right. Hard braking just at the 100 sign, and then kind of held up a little bit here by obviously the Lamborghini in front, which puts the Audi TT right back on my tail. These corners, so there's a left and then this right. Again, that right's quite difficult. You want to try and hit that curb, this curb as well. Get on the power, don't go too wide, and then down the hill. And this one, it's kind of braking at that first sign, and then turning the car in and just feathering the throttle, not too much power. And then on that one, you can then hit full throttle. Number 6, unfortunately, off the track and crashed into the barrier, so picked up a place there, which is pretty good. So 2 places gained kind of overtaken wise, and 1 gifted. So we've gone from 11th and we're now currently in 8th. Again, just trying to get some drive out of that corner, but the 2 in front actually get really good drive, but I choose the Lamborghini to sit behind just to get a tow. So this corner is kind of crucial to a quick lap round here. So just on the white line, and then I'm having to slow down quite a bit, but it does mean then I get good drive off the corner and manage to sneak up the inside. Give this guy quite a bit of room. So I give Roxin 77 the next apex, but I know I've got the next corner, which is mine. And again, need to go defensive. So over to the left hand side, and it's nice this. It's a really good line actually into the corner. The car on the left, the other Audi TT, so he's just suffered a 1 second penalty, so we kind of get the run on him. So I choose to go around him and the Lamborghini chooses to stay there, but kind of block maneuver into that left-hander. Again, right on my tail. There's the so we've got two TTs. We've got the Skyline and obviously the Lamborghini, and we've got another TT now in front of us to hunt down. So now gone from 11th, sitting in 6th. It looks like the first 4 are just too far ahead, starting where I did to try and catch them. But again, this corner, just trying to keep it. You can feel it if you drive with a wheel. You can kind of, if you put too much power on, the wheel goes loose, and you know you're just starting to understeer. So you just need to kind of feather that throttle. Again, hard on the brakes, just at that orange kind of painted hoarding on the left. Double apex on the power. You can run wide onto that curb as long as you don't go too far. And you could probably brake later to carry more speed through there, but again, kind of obviously the car behind, Spanish driver, looking for a way through, having to go a little bit defensive here, so I didn't pull all the way over to the right, kind of covered the line a little bit to shallow the angle for him. And over this one, over the left hand side again, I clip that kind of big curve which sends me wide, so I know I'm going to be under threat. So again, just going defensive into that left hand side. It wouldn't be the usual line I would take for this track. It would normally be over on the far right, but again in here, just covering the apex. Go a little bit wide on the exit, but get good drive out of that corner, so managed to hold him. And then again, I've got that first corner just in front, so the radar becomes quite crucial on this particular race when you're racing closely. And then again, down the hill, he goes a little bit wide over there. On the brakes, hit the apex. Again, having to brake again there, which is not normally what I would do. Normally let the car roll a little bit, and then straight onto the power. And at this stage, it looks like Dicep 11 has had a bit of a bad lap because we've caught up quite a bit. So again, braking at that point. Click the apex. He goes a little bit wide here, and he gets on that kind of dirty rubbly stuff on the right hand side, so doesn't get good drive off the corner. So I'm expecting him to move left, and he doesn't. So of course I get a bit of a slipstream alongside, getting alongside. He knows I'm there, and then just again down a gear, trying to hold it close to that curb. He does try and undercut again, so he tucked in behind and held that a bit tighter, but he actually backs out of the left hand corner. We're probably getting a little bit close, so over that right curb and then over on that left. And then again at this stage, still under a little bit of pressure. He's right kind of on the back wheel, so I'm going to cover that left hand side and make him go the long way around. And again, I think I haven't reviewed it yet, but I've got a new Fanatec CSL Elite wheel, and I think what that breeds is some consistency in your driving. So I'm not going to do a full review, but actually we'll see if it does make a difference, if spending that amount of money on a steering wheel makes you better. So we'll maybe do that just shortly in the future. Again, coming up to getting near the end of the race now, but hitting those, just making sure no mistakes, and just hitting those kind of 3 apexes, trying to carry the speed. It does look, obviously now, the 2 cars behind me, the 2 Audi TTs, they're kind of battling each other now, so they're putting people under, well, both of them under pressure, which kind of gives me a little bit of a leeway, a little bit of a gap. So, and we're now about to cross the line on the final lap. So, but the races on Sunday were all like this. But hopefully you've enjoyed that. It was a great race. Really enjoyed it myself. Battle of the Audi TTs. Great little car in this. But once again, thanks very much for watching. If you'd like to see more, don't forget to click like and subscribe.